Hey metalheads, you like tattoos? Of course you do. If you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area, come on over the bridge to Clarksville, Indiana, and get you some ink done at Ageless Art. If ink isn't your thing, they have a piercing studio as well. Visit agelessartclarksville.com to see some frequently asked questions, meet the staff. The shop is open Monday through Thursday, 12 to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 10 p.m., and Sundays, 12 to 6 p.m., all appointment-only spots. You can set up your appointments by phone at 812-283-1793 or email agelessarttattooandpiercing@gmail.com and someone will get you set up for your first or your next tattoo or piercing.
Hey, it's Jeff McNichol down here at Mom's Music, 1900 Melwood Avenue. I was just thinking, when I was a kid, the magic was at Frankfort Avenue, the Mom's Music at Frankfort Avenue, and I used to beg people to get a ride down there just to hang out with the guys and see all the cool gear. Now that I'm the owner of this store, it's like a dream come true. We're recreating the magic with the vibe that we used to have at the old store. We're carrying all the gear that you're going to possibly want. We're giving you the outstanding service and personal attention that you deserve. Yeah, so we've got the great guitar shop here. We're carrying USA Fender, USA Gibson, Paul Reed Smith, Gretsch, Jackson, Charvel. Anything you could possibly want, we're going to have it for you. Mom's is and always will be Louisville's music store.
Thank you for tuning into the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson and I'm your host. The premise of the show is pretty simple. Awesome interviews and awesome music. If you want to contact me, hit me up at metalforgeradio@gmail.com or visit the website metalforgeradio.com. And now let's get this show on the road. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, metalheads all around the world? It is Friday, and you know what that means. It is another episode of the Metal Forge, and I am your host, as always, Mark Jackson. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, what a crazy week it has been. It's almost like in my regular day job, I do pest control, right? And it's almost like springtime is all over again. Getting so many service calls, it's like, yeah. But anyway, that's aside from that. I don't do this show to talk about that. I do this show to talk about the metal and the hard rock and the punk and anything and everything heavy. You guys know that. So today, Louisville melodic rock band Hardrada is here in the studio. They're standing by. They're waiting to go. They're rip-roaring, ready to go. You know, I have Gavin, Dorian, and Ben. Ben, their filling guitar player, who's in from Colorado. Holy crap, super rad. Let's get with him here in just a second. But before we do, I'm going to keep this super short, super sweet today. And the format of the show is going to be a little bit different. So, anyway, I'm going to give away a pair of concert tickets today. All you have to do is message me on Instagram at Metal Forge Radio or Facebook at Metal Forge Radio. Message me with the code word SKULLIT. First person to do that today is going to win a pair of tickets to LRS Fest featuring Winger and John Corabi and Plush are the three headliners on that, and a bunch of Louisville bands and the acoustic stage. And the show is on October the 2nd, 2021 at the Brown Foreman Amphitheater. It is LRS Fest 2021. And like I said, it's got Kip Winger headlining, John Corabi, Plush, quite a few bands on the show. Come check it out. It's going to be awesome. Again, you can message me with the password is SKULLIT. And I will take your information and I will get you a pair of tickets. If you're local to the area, that's awesome. Come by the Better Days Records location on Barrett Avenue and I will get you those tickets. Down below there are links to the sponsors, and without you guys supporting them, they can't support the Metal Forge either. And I am so grateful that you all do help these businesses. Whether you're listening to their podcast, you're buying instruments from them, you're going and getting tattoos, you're going to the Discogs page. Thank you all so much, and continue to please support all of these guys. You know, Ageless Art, Tattoo and Piercing, Mom's Music, Maxwell's House of Music, Better Days Records, Unchained Tapes, Mercenary Press, The Wrestling Steve Show, The Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast, the It's Gonna Get Weird Podcast. Keep supporting those guys, because every bit helps us at the Metal Forge, and it helps them too. Also, making sure you all click on the Spotify playlists as well. You get to hear all of the previous bands that have been on the show, and you'll be supporting those people as well too. Thank you all. So I've got no song to play before these guys come in, so I'm going to play a commercial here really fast, and we're going to come right back with Gavin, Dorian, and Ben from Hardrada, and we're going to rock out.
Welcome to the night. You think you know Night Demon? Then the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast is for you. Step into the darkness as we peel back the curtain to give you an unprecedented, all-access look into the mind and the heart of the demon. We're talking band history, song analysis, studio anecdotes, stories from the road. It's everything a diehard Night Demon fan could want and more. This is the only place to learn the inside scoop, the deep dive trivia, the untold tales from the band members themselves and those closest to the Night Demon story. Need more? The sacred Night Demon Crypt will be pried open to reveal demo recordings that have never before seen the light of day, all with in-depth commentary by the band and the people who were there for the writing and recording process. This is a gold mine, a treasure trove of all things Night Demon. Head over to nightdemon.net or wherever you listen to podcasts.
All right, metalheads, I am being joined here in the Metal Forge studio with the members of Hardrada. Guys, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm doing fantastic.
Why don't we go around the room and introduce ourselves today, whatever it is that this is going to, when you're listening.
My name is Gavin Steele. I'm on vocals and bass guitar.
Hi, my name is Dorian Chandler. I'm drummer and backup vocals for Hardrada.
Awesome. And Ben is here. How's he doing?
I'm doing good. I'm Ben Richards. I'm from Denver, Colorado, here to play a few shows.
Nice. Awesome. Well, welcome to the Metal Forge. A lot of stuff going on, right?
Yeah.
So tell everyone out in Metal Forge land about the band.
Just really, just trying to get some like real driving rock and roll. We all kind of like me and Dorian, we kind of grew up listening to different music, but we came together and kind of made this really cool thing. We both take after each other's influences and make it to what it is. Dorian, you have anything to say about that?
I mean, this band, we had a band before this, and the sound that we have now, we were trying to get away from the more blues rock aspect that we had to it. So with this band, we were trying to amp it up and trying to beef it up and make it as explosive as we could. So I think with this next album, I think it's going to be very fun to see everyone's reactions to it.
Definitely. I think that's a really big thing when bands first start out. When we're 12, 13 years old and we get together with our friends, for the most part, it's everybody gets an instrument for Christmas and everyone jumps into a blues rock based thing.
Yep.
And I don't know if it's just because I don't want to say it's easy, because there's some really difficult stuff out there blues wise, but I think that's where everyone starts. I know it's where I started. Fuck. You've wanted to shift. You've went into this new hard rocking thing, and kudos to Gavin for being a singing bass player. There's not enough of us out there.
He is very one of a kind at this point. He is very treasurable.
Oh yeah. Why? Because he is a singing bass player?
Well, no. I mean, it's a plethora of things. Gavin himself is among a bass player, a guitar player, a vocalist. He writes a lot of our songs. He helps books a lot of these shows. I mean, he is a jack of all trades in this band. I mean, if I were to give anyone a leading role, it's going to be Gavin.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, kindred spirit. I do a lot of the same stuff. Yep. So, hey, I get it, man. So, what do you all have out currently?
We have 2 songs out currently right now, How You Roll and Lord Saffron. They're both on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, anywhere you can possibly find music.
Definitely. And what are the plans going forward? I mean, are you all currently working on a full length? Or?
Yeah, we have a full length in development right now. Our producer is getting off the bed. He's been a little sick lately, so he's getting back into making it. I think we're about the last couple of songs in, and then everything's going to get sent out. So I don't think I can give a specific date.
Oh no.
But it will. It's definitely going to be explosive when it comes out. This is by far some of our favorite material that I think we've ever made.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So things have been recorded. They're in the mixing and mastering process right now.
Everything's in the mixing and mastering process. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, are we going with just a straight up digital release? Or are you going to try and go for vinyl?
I was thinking about that. Vinyl being as expensive as it is, I want to do it, but I think I'd be able to do it maybe in a smaller run. I know CDs are kind of like out format right now. No one really has many CDs anymore, so I know it's mainly like Spotify and everything else. And that's the reason I want to do it. I want to do vinyl so that it's like we have this permanent thing that is not just online, but people can have it in their hands and be like, this is a copy of this album. This isn't just on CD. Like, I don't see many bands in Louisville press out albums on vinyl, specifically like the local younger bands. So I'd love to get that out and
independent bands.
Yeah, even like in general, like just get that out, even like in a small print. Like I would love to do that.
Well, being in doing what I do around town, I do see a lot of Louisville bands that do this.
Yeah,
there are a ton that do come out on vinyl. The problem is vinyl just takes so damn long.
It does.
And our local pressing plant is a year out. So if you're ordering it today, you're getting it a year from now.
Yeah.
And that's a long time to wait for product, especially, in any format, whether it's, music, video, CDs, tapes. That's a long time because musical taste can shift drastically in no time.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Not necessarily just, over a month. It doesn't even have to be that, which is always interesting to me how that happens. That I had a conversation one time with a guy who was signed to a major record label from Louisville here. And they were signed to a 3-album deal. And I told him, I was like, why don't you just write and record all 3 albums when they just go? And that was the reason why, is because the label had such a big hand in overseeing what they were doing that they just had this deal where they were just like, no, we can't do that because if something happens and what we do isn't popular anymore, we're kind of up the creek.
Yeah, up the creek without a paddle. Yeah, of course.
Definitely. So you guys have some shows coming up, right?
Yeah, we actually have 2 shows on the same day. We actually appear here on the Metal Forge on Friday.
Right.
And then we have a show on September 17th at the Arc Sanctuary, same day. That'll be at 9 p.m. We play with the Frog Brothers, Histrionics, and Full Disclosure.
Definitely. And you guys know from before, the Histrionics were in here as well. Quentin Bird was here.
Yep.
Super rad dude. He so cool.
Oh, yeah.
He was cool to talk to, for sure. So, is that the Late for Dinner series? Is that what that is?
Yes.
My band just recently played one of those back in August, and it was super fun. Have you played at Art Sanctuary before?
No, this will be my first time.
I have with very special people.
Definitely. Yeah, it is such a fun venue to play at because it feels like I'm a real boy, Pinocchio. It really does. Because you have a backstage area that you can just hang out in and just because it's there and you have full use of that. And
I'm definitely excited for my own back room with the band. That's definitely something we've never had. So,
oh yeah. Well, it's for all of the bands.
And I love that though. Everyone just gets to be in a room before the show to hang out, and it's like, oh.
Oh, definitely. Well, it's behind the curtains. But what's cool about that to me, being an artist myself, is this is a venue where you feasibly don't have to be seen before going on stage because you can enter the stage from the back. Yeah. And that is a huge thing because I've always said that production matters. Whether it's the production of your album, with the quality of it, but the production of your stage show. Because as I've said numerous times, that any 5 dudes can get on stage and play music. It takes a special select group of people to get on stage and entertain people, which I think, you can do that at Art Sanctuary. So for anybody listening out there, hit them up if you're coming on tour. They're cool people.
It's Gonna Get Weird is the name of the podcast. We're on season 2, so you have a whole season to get weird with Frank Green and Scott Clark. The best part is there's always laughter.
Oh, yeah, you can pull that out.
We have national touring comedians, NFL stars, rock stars, your local friends. It always gets weird. Weird answers.
Have y'all ever snorted coke off of a 78 Pinto? No? You ain't no man.
Weird questions.
Who had a bigger cocaine habit, Jock Sutherland or Kaywood Ledford?
Neither one, because they stopped beating their wives.
And weird we never even thought of.
Well, no. My friend is on acid, and I sent my friend to go find a payphone so that I can call and turn myself in for murdering this guy and ruin my life.
We love all types of people, but we don't love all people.
Weird. It's Gonna Get Weird is the name of the podcast. Available everywhere. And thank you to Big X Sports Radio for being a proud sponsor of It's Gonna Get Weird. Frank Green, Scott Clark. Yeah.
So what else is going on? Gavin, you've been kind of quiet over here.
Just listening. We're just trying to book as many shows as we can. Constantly trying to write new material. If you're going to do anything, you're worth doing it correct and perfect every time. Like, no one wants to listen to a half-assed job. Like, you play it right. And I'm not trying to say like I'm the dictator of the band, but like if I write like 70 to 60% of the songs, Dorian helps a lot with like, it's weird how we'll write them. Like if someone like with our EP on our last, like with our old band that we had,
it's a truly bizarre process, to be honest.
I wrote chords out and then Dorian sent me lyrics, but like we were all young and like didn't necessarily know how to formulate a song. It's only like a 4-chord song, but it rocks. And he just sent me just like it was kind of just like a bundle of words. There was no like verse, chorus, bridge format to it, and so then I just scrambled it around to where it sounded like it went with like the piece I wrote, and that's how we'll do it. But a lot of times, we'll either be jamming with like that, and Dorian he plays a lot on guitar, and he's writing more of that every day, which it's really nice. Like, since it's not all like my creation, because either I'll like write it on bass or I'll write it on guitar, or even I'll have a drum beat in mind, or maybe a song that like I want to get the crowd active. I want the crowd to be able to feel like they're in the band. Like, you have to take that into account. Every single song can't be turned up to 10 like crazy hard.
Oh, absolutely. No, I 100% agree with that. That's like where I sit there and I've said having what other people would refer to as not heavy bands on the show, like the Break Lights, who are kind of they're punk bluegrass type stuff. Okay. But I mean, they're not exactly like heavy, but what they sing about is absolutely heavy. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying with that. That's worth doing right, and you make it fit the idea of the song. What's next for you guys other than the album? I mean, and other than booking shows? I mean, are y'all, with shows, are y'all planning to, now that things are somewhat reopening again, are you trying to go tour?
Yeah, there's a couple of ideas for us right now. We've been really wanting to go down to Nashville and just kind of explore that area, because that area, believe it or not, has a lot, on our Spotify, most of our streams come from Nashville. And so we've been kind of wanting to go there to see like how we would get reacted to.
Absolutely.
So we want to go there. We want to go to Chicago, Jacksonville, Texas. That's where most of our streams have come from besides Louisville. So we'd love to go explore the places that have really started listening to us.
Definitely.
So with that, we want to do a tour whenever we can book it. We want to start doing more music because we have not just this album, but we have a second and now a third album getting worked on.
Wow.
So we're just kind of working back to back, trying to make sure everything is in order. So
definitely.
We've been staying quite busy the last couple months in the Hardrada camp. I won't lie.
For sure. That's rad as shit. Now, when you say you've got a second album ready to go and a third on the way, whenever you do the album writing, is this just song after song? Is it something like of a concept?
Unless we would want to, which, I wouldn't doubt probably, maybe, because, we're a bunch of rad, weird dudes. Like, we'll make something.
Not rad, weird dudes. Eclectic dudes.
That's a good use of that. I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, because, rad, weird, kind of sounds cool, but might like get you thrown into like the Sid Barrett camp, maybe
like the wrong camp.
Yeah, it might get you thrown into like Sid Barrett, like crazy recluse type deal. But
I liked Pink Floyd's first album.
Oh, absolutely. That's great. No, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna go with that too, because I just like Floyd in general. So even the stuff without Roger.
I don't know that I can't get by like he. As soon as you kick out two main members, like what even is it? Like the Eagles, like I love the Eagles so much, but like now that Joe Walsh and Timmy like were in it, like that's not.
It's just different Eagles at that point. But no, you're right on that. I mean, where I like a lot of stuff after Roger, it's like Momentary Lapse of Reason.
Okay.
Yeah. I really dig that album. And I think if Roger were still in the band, that would have been a metal album.
I would have loved to have seen that, actually. Yeah. That would have been great.
I would have loved to have seen that.
I mean, just because. And then, but of course, almost all good things must come to an end, as they say.
Of course.
So I actually want to split off here and go ahead into some general profile questions, because sometimes we don't get enough of them in here. Again, tonight, look for these guys if you're in the Louisville, Kentucky area at Art Sanctuary. Show starts at 8. You guys play at 9? As we said a minute ago about being eclectic, rad weird dudes, we as musicians tend to collect a lot of things. In the other room, I have a lot of like Marvel statues and shit like that. And I collect albums and everything. So what do you guys collect?
Me personally, I'm a huge fan of collecting different types of snare drums. That's been like the bug that caught me the last like year and a half.
Nice.
Gavin?
Isn't life just a collection of memories?
Life is a collection of memories.
So like I collect memories.
Right on. I mean, going to shows, doing things. I get that. You take the mental snapshot. What do you guys do to get away from music? I know that's a loaded question.
Honestly, for me, it's kind of the opposite. It's like, what do I do to get away from life so that I can go play music? Like, music is my basically my only escape. So like from regular life, I'll be in a tough spot and I'll just be like, I'm going to go over to Gavin's. I'm going to go play some music. We're going to have a jam session. I don't think there's ever been a point in my, I've been playing for 20 years, but I've been really playing, realistically for the last 6. And I don't think there's ever really been a time where I've just been like, I need an escape from this. Usually that is my escape.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I can get that. What about you, Gavin?
Yeah, I'm more or less the same thing. Like, I go to work. And then like this week's pretty busy because Ben's staying in my house and he's not from here, and it's like he flew all the way here like for me to go upstairs and like watch Netflix. Like it's been music
nonstop.
And me and Ben, we met at this Berkeley 5-week program back in July. That's how I know him. I was looking for a guitar player because the one that I guess is for Hardrada. He's not gonna be here. And so it's like Ben, he's a really nice guy.
Amazing to work with. I mean, seriously.
I know he's like not talk shit this whole time.
Yeah. Musically talented. Just like whenever like I break stuff down, like I kind of understand. But he understands like vocabulary and stuff. Like he'd be doing music theory homework till like 4 a.m. I'm like, man, you know what? That's kind of fucked. But other than that, like, he's just a great musician, great person. It's fun having him here. He's going to be
awesome
playing for us.
Well, definitely. Hell yeah, it sounds awesome. What is the worst album by your favorite band?
Ooh, okay, so let's see. I wouldn't even say... Okay, so not even my favorite band right now, but if I had to get into this discussion, my favorite band for the last 5 years, which isn't now, used to be Blink-182, and it was the original lineup, not with Scott, but with Travis as the drummer and Tom as the guitar player. Their last 2 albums, I'm sorry, they're hot garbage, and I love Matt Skiba and Alkaline Trio. I cannot stand him in Blink-182. I cannot. That is by far.
All right.
Well, I like my music preference is like really just strange and out there, man. But like, I guess I'd say like I started playing bass to Kiss. Love Kiss. So like just Gene Simmons' stage persona. Like, yeah, he's a good bass player, but like the way he captivates other people, it's insane. But their worst album is Hot in the Shade. Yeah, that
wow.
Yeah. It's too long. You know, they were trying. It was too weird. I don't. In Forever, bro. Get that.
Wow. Hot in the shade.
Dude, Lick It Up was their best album where they didn't have makeup. Young and Wasted and like Fits Like a Glove. Dude, those should have been like number one hits. I can put those songs over most songs that were like in the top 5 when that album came out. And I'll put that on Ja. Real talk.
Wow. You know, it's not an answer I usually hear. Hot in the Shade. Usually I hear Carnival of Souls.
Gavin was trying to go for one controversial moment, so I'm guessing
definitely.
I'm guessing
no, that's great.
He made his bed, now he's lying in it.
Because have you heard people say like Unmasked? Because you got to slap him in the teeth.
A lot of people say Music from the Elder.
Okay. I'm not going to get into it, dude. That album is so good. So good. It just came out wrong place, wrong time. And you got to really like listen to Kiss to understand that. Dude, what? That album is so good. Mr. Blackwell? What?
Well, see, that tags back to what we were talking about earlier, about where I was talking with the guy, Frank, about, you know, why don't you just record 3 albums at one time? Because it might not be popular. And, you know, Kiss, extremely popular, and a lot of people do give that album, and as Gavin just said, wrong place, wrong time. Some things come too soon, some things come too late. So, definitely. Hey everybody, let me tell you about the new sponsor to the Metal Forge, Unchained Tapes. They're an independent Pennsylvania tape label. They focus on extreme metal and punk with a killer approach to the tape scene. Visit their web store at unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com now to get your fill of tapes. And for being a Metal Forge listener, enter the code METALFORGE10 at checkout to get a 10% discount on your total purchase. That's unchainedtapes.bigcartel.com. Hey, let me tell you guys about Mercenary Press. They're an independent London label and distributor of all things metal. Mercenary Press delivers the goods from their own independent zine. Trust me, you're going to want to get in on that. To distributing various bands from all over the world, including Cramp from Spain and Sadistic Force from Texas. Visit mercenarypress.bigcartel.com to find out what all they have in stock and what you can order. And for Metal Forge listeners, enter code METALFORGE to receive a discount on your total purchase at mercenarypress.bigcartel.com. Check it out now. What is your biggest fear?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you can go first on that one.
Goodness gracious. So many. I would have to say, like Chinese invasion, like communist China invading us. That would probably be it. Like, if they try to take away our freedom, like, I'm getting antsy thinking about it right now.
Wow.
And I'm not even going to say it. Like, communists in general. Communists and fascists. Like, they scare the living crap out of me.
I'm going to say something that's not, it's just not like that at all. I'm just afraid of being in the middle of the ocean with no land. That's my biggest fear, is like out in the middle of the night in the Pacific Ocean, like no land for like 100+ miles, and you're out nowhere, no food, no water. You got the salt water below you, and you got animals. Like, I think of The Life of Pi, like that movie, but like without the tiger in the boat, because like I'm not surviving with the tiger in the boat. So definitely my biggest fear is being stuck in the middle of the ocean with no help.
Absolutely.
That's my biggest.
It's so weird because like dating myself here, when I was like 13 or whatever, my Mario 64 came out, and they actually put the life meter to swim in the game. And that was the first time they ever done that in anything. And it like gave me such anxiety to drown Mario. And that's so fucking weird. But yes, I 100% agree with you with the water. Fuck that shit. Fuck that.
I will stand on the shore like with my feet dipped in, but I will not go anywhere like chest deep. That is not happening. Like,
I get it. That is rough. I get it. Beer or whiskey?
Bourbon. bourbon.
Exactly.
Oh man,
he got it. He got it.
Yeah, it's like
he's
got the right Kentuckian answer, but like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love a good Blue Moon. I've always loved a good Blue Moon. That's like one of my favorite alcoholic beverages.
Forster on the rocks.
Okay, yeah, that too. You drink Red Stag. I can't do Stag, but like
Stag's pretty good.
Oh, that's some dangerous stuff, man.
Definitely. Who do you wish you never saw live?
Perfect example. So I'm at Louder Than Life. I think it was it 2019? Was it 2018 or 2019? It was the one with Rise Against on the lineup. And that was I went to go see them. I'm sorry, I love them so much. They're such a great band, but they were terrible that day. And it made me feel like all those years of listening to their albums, all those years of listening to Praise of a Refugee and just everything. It's like the drummer for some reason like kept getting offbeat, and I kept noticing that. I'm like, that's not how the intro starts for the song. They keep trying to redo the intro. And then they finally got it, and it was for Savior. And I'm like, that was like your most popular song, and like you had to restart it 4 times. Like, what are you, Lars Ulrich on the Metallica tour?
Come on now.
Trying to do a run around the drum circle? Wow, bro.
No, he doesn't restart anything.
Have you seen the videos? Have you seen the videos of them of them like on live, and Lars like I don't know what song he messes up, but they mess up an intro, and like there's one time there's like a live video and he gets off the drum kit, he does a lap around the drum kit, then gets back on and does the same thing.
Well, I've seen James fuck shit up live too.
Oh yeah, no,
I saw him in St. Louis one time, and they were playing, what the Variax acoustics are, and you can move it to like sitar or banjo settings and shit like that. Well, it has an auto tune on it, but they don't make these anymore. So it was out of tune, and all of a sudden he just loses his shit and kicks the fucking stand down the stage, and then he starts on the electric, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? So crazy stuff. What about you, Gavin? Who do you wish you never saw live?
I don't want to say never saw, but if they're like every single show I've been to, I've been like, wow, I'm really glad I did that. And I'm really glad about this show. But if there's one thing that ever like made me mad, like I saw Ace Frehley at the Mercury Ballroom, it was pretty bitching. And their like rhythm guitar player said like, "What's up, Lexington?" like twice, man.
It's bad enough you say it once, you gotta like repeat it, like put salt in the wound.
Don't compare this mighty city to that good city, but we're mighty. It's named after King Louis, the one who got decapitated, but he helped fund, the Revolutionary War and such.
Definitely.
Gavin's our history buff.
Okay, so the interesting thing here about this is he kept calling Louisville Lexington, which I'm not sure how old you guys are, but have you ever seen the movie This Is Spinal Tap?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I love that movie to death. Oh my God, what was it? It was the Stonehenge.
Yeah.
When they were trying to get him on stage, and it's like the little.
That is exactly what.
See, this
is Spinal Tap is about.
This one goes up to 11.
It does. Just look at the sustain on this.
Just look at it. It's beautiful.
Don't point. Absolutely.
My dad would love the fact that you just brought up This Is Spinal Tap. That was like his favorite movie of all time.
Oh, it's hilarious. So, what is your Spinal Tap moments? Give me a Spinal Tap moment for Hardrada.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let's see. I don't really think there's any for Hardrada just because we haven't played as many shows yet, but there was one.
If you get lost on the way to the stage at Art Sanctuary, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
It's a big great there.
It's a big great there. No, but I can't remember. I think it was Friends Mansion. We played the final show at Jet Ski Hallway that we had. It was back in 2020. And it was us and 2 other bands. These bands were like in their 30s. They were adults. They had better musical instruments than we ever could. None of them had a PA. We had a PA, and it was super tiny. So we're playing this house show. It was a practice PA. So we're setting up. Gavin's setting everything in, and everyone's like, "Oh, we don't have a PA. Does anyone else have one?" And Gavin's like, "Glad I brought mine just in case." We get out the car, and so every other band you cannot hear the singers because you cannot hear you can hear the drums because that's just way too loud in the house. But every other band, including us, you could not hear vocals because like no other band just wanted to bring the thing. So what we ended up doing, just said fuck it, went balls to the wall, and just went as loud as we possibly could. If there was one show for me to remember of that band, it was that one because under the circumstances we had, it was like very tiny PA, 3 bands sharing the same PA with like 2 amps. I mean, we made the absolute best of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I could get that. Do you have a song that you listen to before every show?
Yeah, actually, I do. It's a Blink-182. Actually, no, there's 2 songs I listen to. One of them was a Mars Volta, and then one of them was a Blink-182 song. I know they're 2 different genres, but like they just get me in a weird mood. The Blink-182 song is a song called "Here's Your Letter," and then the Mars Volta song is called "Take the Veil, Serpent Taxed," and that is just like insane, explosive, and that gets me riled up to a degree that I don't think I can even really put it into words.
Definitely. And Gavin, you said no?
Well, I listened my last show I played. It wasn't with Hardrada, actually. I don't even remember what I listened to, but at it was the last show. I played at Zanzibar with very special people, and I was in the car with my drummer and guitar player, and I played the New Kid in Town by the Eagles, not the studio version. You can have the Hollywood live version, and I don't know, like I wasn't even going to play hard music, but I'm probably going to start playing that just because the vocals in that song, oh my God, get out of town.
Absolutely. No, that's really cool because, even if you are going to play hard music, that's something that mellows you out before and might get you in that mood. And that's what this is all about, is getting you, what song gets you into the mood to go out and perform. For sure.
We run scales with our voices. Like, we'll go up the scale, like start with like low do to high do, and then work our way down, and then someone will stop on them. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. So like sol,
so la, like something like it's like one of those.
Do, mi, and then is it sol?
Do, mi, and sol.
Yeah, well, like each one of us will stop on that, and the other 2 will keep going. Then one will stop on fa, and then we'll go down to do. But it's like working it out, but then also like being able to hold that note. Like, it sounds kind of silly to explain.
No.
That's musicianship class. That's what we had to do for 5 weeks, me and Ben.
Absolutely. What is something you've always wanted to do, but you're not coordinated enough to do?
Skateboard.
Ooh.
Yes.
I would say that, or yeah, you know what? No, I'm going to say skateboarding.
You shouldn't skateboard, though, because you're a drummer. You skateboard and you break ankles and shit and wrists.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Cam broke his ankle from doing that.
That's why I don't ride a board. That's why I don't do that.
And
camera gets me everywhere I need to.
And I've mentioned on the show many times before when people say skateboarding, but James Hetfield had it in a contract that he was not allowed to skateboard 6 weeks prior to a tour because he kept breaking his fucking ankles. They had to push back 2 tours. Because during the master era for it twice.
Oh, James, you fumbled the bag twice. Come on, come on.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Mine is definitely when I'm saying something and someone objectively just loves to speak over me. Like if I'm having a conversation.
Wait, what are you saying?
Yeah, like that.
Sorry.
So like if me and Gavin are sitting having a conversation, let's say Ben has something to say, and I'm having like a deep, like one-on-one, like hey, like we need to do this for a show. And Ben's like, "Hey guys, like, are we gonna go over here?" Like, I gotta hate that.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
Understandable. Yeah, he's done it all this whole show. If anybody,
disruptive.
This is not really Dorian speaking. It's been Ben the entire. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, pet peeve. Man, I don't know. I mean, I guess. If you're driving like an absolute ignoramus and you don't use your turning signal, I'm going to scream myself hoarse.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, that one definitely does suck.
That turn signal rage be hitting different sometimes.
People don't know how to drive. It's either teenagers or like elderly people. So it's like you either got someone going way too fast, like drive like hell, you'll get there.
Or it's like some 60-year-old in her Altima going like 40 in a 65. She's like, I don't want to get in there. Like,
right. That reminds me of something that George Carlin said one time. He's like, have you ever noticed that anybody that goes slower than you in front of you is an idiot? But anybody who goes speeding past you is a fucking maniac.
Yeah. It's like only you are the one that can go speeding past people without getting thought twice. But if anyone else does it to you, God forbid, they're the asshole.
Exactly.
It's a defensive world. You gotta get defensive.
You gotta really get.
Bro,
put your brakes down sometimes.
Show your dominance out there on the road. All right.
Definitely.
Hey guys, Wrestling Steve of the Wrestling Steve Show here. So if you're currently listening to the Metal Forge with Mark Jackson, then you understand that Mark Jackson has a pretty discerning taste when it comes to music as a whole. You'll also understand that he has a discerning taste for professional wrestling, just like me. My show is called The Wrestling Steve Show. I talk about modern and classic pro wrestling in a completely unbiased, unfiltered way. Be sure to check me out on all available podcasting platforms. That is The Wrestling Steve Show. And I am the host, Wrestling Steve. Just remember, like Confucius said, man who goes through turnstile in Thailand is going to Bangkok. Pro wrestling.
Hey, it's Mark Maxwell at Maxwell's House of Music. Listen, all this stuff is now available to purchase on our website. Check it out at maxwellshouseofmusic.com.
We carry all the top brands, like Fender.
We got Gibson.
We also have basses.
We've got ukuleles.
We got drums.
We've got sound gear.
We've got keyboards.
What is your most unpopular music opinion?
Rush should be played at raves.
What?
Rush should be played at raves. I don't feel like it is, but like I feel like if they played like Natural Science there, like that, people would get down. People would get down.
I think my most unpopular one, because I know I'd get burnt to flames if I said this to any public area, so I'm glad I get to do it on here, nowhere else.
Yeah, because we're not public.
I think, well, we're not near 80 people right now, so I feel more comfortable saying this. I don't think I've really liked any of the rap that's come out in the last 15 years. I think all of it's super mediocre. I think it's all kind of the same beat. Everything just has to, like, I feel like they all kind of choose somewhat the same lyrics. They just have to make it sound like drugs and sex. And of course, rock and roll does that, but at least we have a guitar solo in the middle of it. Like,
sometimes you have a guitar solo.
Like, and then there's this point where it's like everyone's arguing, like what the better, like, because Drake and Kanye West just had a debate on who had the better album, and I'm like,
neither.
Both kind of mediocre a little bit. And I said that, and I swear to God, I almost got like pitchfork out of some city. Like I was like, no, okay, keep that. Yeah, I had to listen to it once just to like make sure I knew what I was hearing, and it's like, yeah, okay, I can see why people listen to it. Still mediocre, not really my thing.
Right.
So yeah, people lose their shit when I say that, and they're like, "Are you Donda, bro? Donda's the shit." I'm like, it's no,
definitely.
No.
I agree with Dorian. Like on that, like I like some stuff. Some stuff just like clings my ear. But here's the thing: like I'm not listening to any like depressed kind of rap. If I'm gonna listen to rap, I want it to be gangster rap, like shooting, killing. Like you got,
like this better be Biggie,
like,
Nas, Tupac, and every single one in between.
Strippers at the house. It is like you live like a total badass life. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear about like anything else if it's going to be like that, to be honest with you.
Definitely.
It sounds a little iffy. But no, it needs to be like hardcore gangster rap. That's what it needs to be. I need to get in a certain mood, too.
Like, I want to be able to throw stuff after he says a certain bar. Like, yeah, like that's, yeah.
For sure.
It goes hard. Like.
One album. I have to pick one album here. What album is an absolute playthrough? First track to last track. Or last track to first track.
The Wall.
Relationship of Command at the Drive-In.
Wow. So two vastly different deals here. Why though? I mean, what does it for you? What is it that does
for me? At the Drive-In, I mean, I think it was just because Cedric's lyricism and like Omar's guitar playing. Tony's drums on that entire album, I mean, is so magical. Like, I could sit there for like 3 hours, listen to that whole thing like 3 times through, and I still think I'd hear new things out of those songs. Like it's that type of music where it's like you have to listen so closely that even then you're still gonna miss like certain things. So like I love that, and that's an album that I could totally just do nothing with the whole day. Just like sit there and listen to it.
Definitely,
that would definitely be the one.
And Gavin, you said The Wall.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's telling a story.
It is. It's a massive story.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I could probably sing it to you right now.
Oh,
I don't listen to it all the time. That's the thing. Like, if I'm gonna listen to it and be like, yeah, I got an hour and a half to spare.
Well, and the thing is, it's not even an hour and a half. It's literally like 83 minutes. It's one like snippet song away from being a one single disc album. But no, I don't listen to it all the time either. And I could probably rail off the lyrics to any song on the album if you said, tell me the lyrics to Stop. and I could do it. But to me, it's always around the same time of year that I listen to it, and it's always around, ironically enough, September.
Very nice.
But
very nice
I have to be very careful with listening to it, because if I listen to it, it makes me prone to depression because of the subject matter of the album.
Yeah, especially during certain times of the year, like fall,
September.
winter. like during that time. Yeah.
I was actually dating someone, and she was like, "Don't ever listen to that album again during this time of the year." And it's like, all right then. All right. I have one more question, but before we get into that, as always, links will be listed below so you can support these guys. Give them a like, give them a share, give them a follow. Do you have any shout-outs you want to give to anybody?
I think we have a few today. I'd like to shout out the bands that we're about to play with at Art Sanctuary. Histrionics, the Frog Brothers, full disclosure. They are all extremely talented bands. This is the first show we ever got to share with any of them.
Nice.
So we're very excited for them. So shout out to them. Shout out to very special people, Gavin's other band.
Yeah, Magnus. You wanted, you were talking about it. Go Magnus.
Go Magnus.
Definitely. Shout out to Ben for,
course, Ben
talking
Richards.
all over everybody.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Do you have a shout out you want to give to anybody?
Shout out to the Colonel. I'm finally in his home.
He has been talking about the Colonel ever since he got off the airport. He's like, "Where's the nearest KFC? Where is it at?"
You didn't know Claudia Sanders was built by him. Like, I was.
He had no idea.
Wow.
I still gotta go there.
We gotta go. He's never been to, like, since he got here. I already took him to one of the places. I took him to White Castle. He's never been or to Waffle House, and it's like,
wow.
it seems kind of bad that like he gets here. I'm gonna expose him to like the only places you go whenever you're fucked.
We're taking him. Yeah, we're gonna take him to Waffle House after Art Sanctuary to give him that like prime Waffle House. Like,
make sure it's the dirtiest one you know of.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we have to go to the dirtiest one, the one that has the worst service. I'm like, because that's gonna be the best food. That's going to be the best.
That's
food.
usually how it works. Yeah. So yeah, I know White Castle isn't in. It's not west of the Mississippi. So what restaurant do you have out there that you can throw out at these people?
Well, we got In-N-Out.
Oh,
In-N-Out.
gosh.
In-N-Out's
no,
really good.
no, near the In-N-Out burger. Yes, In-N-Out is awesome. I've been to a couple.
I'm from California. I've been going there literally just like every year of my life. I love it.
Yeah, it's McDonald's of California, essentially. Mm-hmm. It really is
top quality.
What the jalapeno burgers are great. Where they
the animal style.
Oh yeah, where they so crazy shit. Yeah, I could talk about this. Like, it's like going down south. You get like Whataburgers, and that's fucking.
Whataburger is really good too. That's in like Florida and Texas and all that.
Yeah,
there's one in Jacksonville where my mom lives, and like I go there every time I go down there, and it's oh my god, there's like 24/7 ones, and it's like I go in there at like 4 a.m. and like a bacon cheeseburger, and there's like 3 people that are like working, and they're looking at me like, dude, like it's 4 a.m. You really want a bacon cheeseburger? Yes, I want the bacon cheeseburger. Please give it to me. And they're like, okay.
So. And you know what? Make it a double.
Make it a double. I want large fries for free.
Right. So, last question of the show today, guys. What album changed your life?
Damn, that's
a really good one.
Shit. Wow. You got to think back to that moment. That's a rough one, I know.
I would say Zeppelin 2, because I've listened to that a lot with my dad, and because I had it on CD when I bought it from the Great Escape in the Highlands.
Oh yeah.
And I swear I can't find it anymore, but like the paperback issue that I have or whatever it's called, like it is so torn up. I don't think I can even find it anymore. I think it's like split in half on that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like it's that old. So.
Was that when they did like the Digipack releases of them?
I think it was. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's when it was. It might have been 3. I don't know. I think I might be getting my history wrong, but it was definitely Zeppelin 2 was one of my favorites because me and my dad he would repeatedly play that in the
Oh, absolutely, because it's got a whole lot of love and Heartbreaker, Living, Love, and Made.
Whole Lot of Love is such a good. Yup.
Yeah. And Lemon Song.
I think Black Dog is on 2, isn't it?
No, Black Dog's on 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say, 'cause I was thinking of the other one.
Moby Dick's on that. Like, even though I really wanted to start making hardcore music. Like, I was making more like bluesy rock. Like, it had some elements. But it's funny, Dorian said Led Zeppelin 2. Probably Van Halen 2.
I think I'm going to interject. There's another album that I did not think of, and it's been out since 2014. It's an album called You're Gonna Miss It All by a band that is no longer around called Modern Baseball. And that album, I mean, shaped my like early teenage years. Like when I was in middle school, like that album got me through like all of that.
Wow. Awesome. But Gavin, you said keeping up with the twos here.
Yeah, Van Halen 2, and then probably since Dorian said 2, I'd probably say Thin Lizzy's Jailbreak.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, every single song.
That song is that album is a playthrough.
Yeah, I'd have to say that. It's funny though, because like if I'm gonna listen, like I'd rather listen to every other song on there than The Boys Are Back in Town. I like the song. Like I really don't like to get into like super popular songs. If I really like them, like Angel from the Coast, that's a really good one. Warriors, he talks about them. I like Roman gods in it, and like as soon as anyone says that stuff, I'm like, I'm interested.
Definitely. So the Van Halen 2 thing here.
Yeah.
Recorded in 6 days.
Wow. They were so ridiculous with it. Like there was all like live recordings then, and like I'm pretty sure actually if you listen to it, look, Beautiful Girls, there is no double guitar track on that.
No.
Which means they probably did that song like right then and there. Like, yeah,
well, back in the day, that's pretty much how it kind of was. I think, later on when you had like people like Mutt Lange coming in and doing like with Def Leppard, how they recorded that album for a year, 8 hours a day type, 40-hour weeks doing that shit. And then later on with Bob Rock, with Dr. Feelgood and the Black Album, because there's noted parts on the Black Album where they single spliced in drum hits on tape. It was all overdub at that point. But yeah, back in the 60s and 70s, no. I mean, you might have had overdubs here and there, but more often than not, all your rhythm tracks were recorded direct right then. But yeah, it says here, recorded December 10th through the 16th of 1978, was released March 23rd of 79. So crazy that like they put out however many copies, bam, right then. And because then you got to think it was all record.
Yeah.
No CDs yet. And it takes a year to get fucking albums today. and they did it in 3 months.
That's some stuff of legend right there. You don't even hear that very often.
Definitely.
Well,
Dudes, thank you so much for coming into the show today. I appreciate it. I've had such a good time for talking with you guys. Gavin, Dorian, Ben. You didn't say much, but hey, we kind of figured that going in. Thank you guys for coming into the Metal Forge. What song are we going to play out today from you guys?
How You Roll. I think that one would be the most.
That's going to be our go-to
I'd like
choice.
people to, when they think of us, to think of that song.
Is that the show closer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. So, as you heard from these guys, this is How You Roll. Hey, thank you all for tuning into this week's episode of The Metal Forge. I want to take a minute to remind you guys about the Patreon page. Over on the Patreon page, we have the tiers set up to support the production of the show. We feature the Down and Dirty, which is just $1. There's nothing special for that one, it just sends me a thank you, because every dollar helps. Then there's the Double Down and Dirty. Much akin to the Down and Dirty tier, everything helps produce the show in the end. You make your presence known, and I appreciate that more than you realize. Thank you for being a dedicated friend and supporter of the Metal Forge. By selecting that tier, you will receive some cool Metal Forge stickers in your mailbox. Now, we're really going to start pounding the metal madness with the Apprentice Metalhead for just $5 a month. By becoming an Apprentice Metalhead, you'll be given early access to the shows, published 24 hours before everyone else gets it. You're also going to receive 3 entries in any contest that we do here at the Metal Forge. You're also going to receive a 10% discount on all Metal Forge merch, and you're going to receive a sweet Metal Forge patch for your battle jacket or backpack. And now, here is the big one. This is the Master Metalhead for just $10 a month. By becoming a Master Metalhead, you will receive a hand-numbered Metal Forge Master Metalhead membership card. You're going to be given early access to the shows as well, with 36 hours before everyone else. You're going to receive 5 entries in any contest that we do here at the Metal Forge. You'll be able to submit audio questions that I will use on the show of you asking questions to the upcoming guests. Remember, timing is everything, and you will need to keep up with the upcoming guest list on the website. You're also going to receive advanced knowledge of any new merch coming out and be given a 25% discount on all Metal Forge merch. And you're also going to get all of the other rewards from the other tiers. So visit patreon.com/Metal Forge Radio today and help support the Metal Forge. Rock on.